Welcome to Around the House Northwest, presented by PGE and Oregon Kind of Energy.
Welcome into another edition of Around the House Northwest here on Fox 12 Plus. I'm Eric G. Coming up on today's show, we're going to take a look at the latest trends for 2024 in your bathroom. And yes, that bathtub is back in style. And I'll also talk with Andy Gerzak about navigating homeowners insurance claims. We're also going to stop by Golden West Billiards, where they craft beautiful custom pool tables right here in town. But first, we always kick off the show with our Perform Like a Pro segment. There's a new siding out there that gives the look of a real solid oak, but the durability of a composite material. Let's take a look.
Now it's time for Perform Like a Pro.
Hey guys, today we're going to be playing with this brand new millboard composite siding, this board and batten stuff. We're going to be wrapping around the outside of my bar here, my outdoor kitchen. So it's going to look kind of like this. All right guys, these are a fiber reinforced composite. And with the way this tongue and groove works is we have the groove right here, as you can see. And then we have the tongue right here. So these are going to fit together. And now you can see on the edge right there how that detail works, and that way they lock together. So I'm actually putting a screw in and grabbing those two together so they don't move around a little bit. Now the cool thing is they put these little tiny lines right here so you can kind of see where that is. And that's a little trick to making sure you got things seated correctly. If this gets bent up or damaged or something like that, you might have to fight it. So just make sure this is in good condition. Could have got beat around while it's sitting around at your house, and if this gets folded in, you're going to fight it a little bit. You just pull it back out, it'll slide right in. Now, if you're putting this around your house, which is what it's meant for, make sure you're following all your building professional and building codes with that. There's a lot of building science to consider when you're doing a heated space. For this, we don't have to worry about it. So our first step is going to be to go ahead and take off all these trim pieces like this, because we have to have something smooth to fasten it to. Sometimes you got to cut the caulking away on this, because what happens is it gets caught on like that and you're going to find it. So good utility knife makes this a lot easier. All right, now this is going to be the spot we're going to start from, because I don't want to use any corner trim here with this new material. So we're going to actually sit here and glue this up first and install it over here. So let me get the glue in the board. Let's have some fun. I'm going to put a nice hefty bead along here. Now let's get out the activator. And I got one shot to do this, so I got to do it right and do it quick. Here we go. All right, that works for me. A little touch up with some touch-up kit. Now we got a corner built. This will make this a great place to start. Now this is the most important part of the process, is getting your level out here and making sure that we've got this right where I want it. So even though the wall might not be level, you want to make sure that this is, so we carry that across consistently. Because what happens if we're a little bit off here, by the time we're at the end, we might be off a lot. So this level is a good part of doing this. So all right, that's locked in. So now I'm going to get some dimensions here and start cutting our board and batten pieces to chase down this way with it. This is right at 40.5. I've got some steel bracing and stuff that's hidden up under here that I want to stay clear of. But I'm going to cut a bunch of these at 40.5, start putting these things up. All right, guys, let's start sliding these in. And that's the cool thing with board and batten, is there's a little groove right here on the front that we're going to push into here. All right, now I'm going to check my level. It's right where I want it right there. And so then we're just going to use these stainless steel screws, which are a self-hiding type screw. So I'm going to put one in here just to hold it first. You know, one of the things I love about this product is, one, it's a self-healing finish, so when you notice I put the fasteners through, they just disappear in the product. So if you have to do any adjustment, one little secret is to not sink them all the way so you can go back and find them. I already know that this is going to be in here, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you're a test fitting, don't sink them too hard, because you'll never find them again without a stud finder. The other thing is that I like is it looks like oaks, but I don't have to do anything with it. Other than just hitting it with some soap and water, it's going to be easy to maintain, and I like that, especially out here in this weather. All right, we're just going to keep repeating the process. I'm going to come in here, get that slid in, and then we're just going to always check to make sure we're not hung up and we're right where we want to be. So I'll go ahead and lock this one in. All right, guys, we're just working our way backwards on this side. Same kind of thing, we're gonna get this slid in here. Again, we just really got to watch our level. That's dead on, right where I want it. Sink a couple screws in here, get it locked in. One of the things I'm doing here too is, if you notice, I'm sinking the screws in to the meatiest part of this where I have the most thickness. That way I have the biggest hold. If you come on the thin part, you're not gonna have as good a hold because the material is only so thick. All right, one little tip, anytime you're dealing with these composite boards or even wood ones, when you're outside like this, give yourself room for this to expand and contract. I'm putting it in the wintertime, but in the summertime, this stuff's gonna get a little bit bigger. So always leave it a little bit of room to move. That way, this doesn't bow and look different later. All right, guys, this is an easy project I know you can tackle. This stuff by Millboard, this board and batten is really nice stuff, and it would look good on an outside project at your place. Some simple hand tools, and you got it. This is an easy project.